So hi Martin. So how's it going today? I heard you might have caught Alicia's flu last week.
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Thanks for asking. I'm actually over the flu now, but it's been quite busy lately, so I've not had time to follow up on certain matters before. And really, it's been a bit frustrating that I haven't had any answer to the request I made 3 months ago.
Okay, all right. So maybe we can talk that through. But before we go into it, so how are you feeling right now as you're talking about this in this moment?
Well, as I said, I'm still frustrated and a bit angry about it, feeling that my input isn't valued.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Martin. So would you mind talking me through a little bit of the context, that's causing this agitation for you?
Well, I told the CFO that I wanted some budget to put some charging stations for e-vehicles in the car park so we can get some of the e-vehicle biz. She said that she would speak to you about it, but I've heard nothing from her. I feel that I can never get the budget I need to make improvements that I feel we need to make.
Okay, so playing back what I'm hearing, sounds like you're not happy because you're not getting feedback on a request that you made to Alicia. You feel that you can never get the budget for improvements that you want to make.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not happy at all about it. I just feel as though I'm unheard and disrespected.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that, Martin. I can certainly feel your frustration right now. So how can I possibly help?
Well, I'd come to you directly as she's away at the moment.
Okay. Happy you did, Martin. Alicia has made numerous budget requests to me recently, and I'm a bit swamped with them all. So can you say a little bit more about what you're asking for specifically?
Well, I think we really need to put in some charging stations, and I've been saying this for some time.
Okay. So you want to put in some charging stations, and you're talking about e-vehicle charging stations, right?
Yes, e-cars.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming to me with this. Can I ask a little bit more about your rationale for this? What the business case might be for this?
Yes, although I have been through this already with Alicia.
Yeah, I think she did mention it to me, and I think I mentioned to her that I probably want to get a bit more information. So I guess she didn't come back to you. She didn't have a chance to come back to you before she went on leave. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
I
would it
mean,
be okay if I just clarify a couple of things with you by asking a few more questions about the business case?
yes, of course. Well, business has been declining, as you know, and the number of e-vehicles is going up rapidly. I sense that we need to put some charging points in to capture this business. If we don't do it, we'll fall further behind. And as you know, business is tough enough as it is right now.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for sharing that, Martin. I agree things are certainly hard at the moment across a number of different fronts. Have we got any idea how much it might cost to us to all up to install such a system on the premises?
Well, I'm not completely sure, but I think it would be around 5 to 10,000 per unit.
Okay, well, I understand. So, have you got any idea of the impact on our metrics such as occupancy, ADR, AOR, and other relevant metrics?
Yes, I probably need to do a bit more on this, but I feel that to some extent it is a bit of a defensive measure. If we don't do it, we just continue to fall further behind the competition.
Okay. All right. Well, I get why you're asking for this. I really do. And I also get why you might have felt that you were not being heard when you had no response from Alicia.
So thanks for hearing me out. It does make a difference.
And thank you for bringing this to our attention. So, can I share with you some initial thoughts that I've got about this?
Yes, please. Happy to hear them.
Okay, thanks. So, my first thought is that we might need a little bit more info before we can conclude on this. We probably need to understand a bit more about what our competition is up to. And I'm also curious if we can get any harder data related to the market share of e-cars out there and how it might be projected to grow in the foreseeable future. As you know, times in our industry are a bit tough and we need to make sure that we're investing in the right areas. And as I mentioned to you earlier on, I've had quite a lot of requests for spend in a number of different areas. So I need to keep it in perspective. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, that's it's a good question. I haven't really got the information, but I'm sure we can get it off our booking agents or from the HPA. I'll try to tighten up on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Martin. So what are your thoughts on our conversation so far?
Yeah, I realise, as you were saying, this that I need to tighten up the business case for this. I'll get that done and revert to either yourself or Alicia.
Brilliant. And about your sense of kind of feeling unheard and kind of disrespected, do you think it might be useful to explore that a bit more as well?
I think so. I know she was really swamped before she went on leave. Perhaps I shouldn't have made assumptions. And I am feeling better having spoken to you about it.
Okay. Well, that's great. So for future, in terms of your own learning and development, how might you deal with such situations, in the future?
Yeah, I guess I think I'll be more direct and just follow up more closely in future if I've been promised answers. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds great, Martin. Checking in with you. How are you feeling right now?
It's really good that you've heard what I've got to say. I now know what needs to be done now and in the future. And I've also learned something about myself and how I might create stories that might not be true. So
Yeah,
thanks
right.
again.
Well, we all do it, don't we, Martin? And
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll agree that Alicia is not in any way a bad person. And perhaps on reflection, how do you feel about how she behaved versus the thoughts that you kind of created about being disrespected and feeling unheard?
Yes, as I say, you make up these things in your mind, but really you're not thinking about what the other person is going through.
We're so good at creating negative stories in the mind.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, Martin, really great to catch up with you. Have a good day, and we'll talk very, very soon on this. And please don't hesitate to contact me directly on matters that may be coming up if you think they're important.
Great. Thanks a lot, Ben. Bye.
Super. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.